right, people, we are back in from the break on the number one forum, number one source for Crimson Tide football news. In my own words, with yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama magazine, getting your work week started off correctly. We appreciate all the phone calls, all the chats, all the tweets, all you guys blowing us up to start off your work week. But before we get into the next topic of conversation, got to remind you of TDAwear.com. That's TDAwear.com. If you are a diehard Crimson Tide football fan, you eat it, you breathe it, you sleep it, you go to church in it, you're a diehard Alabama football fan, you can't get enough of that Tide football, and you are in support of these players and Coach Saban, then we got to have you go to TDAwear.com and purchase you the We Want Football shirts and the Let Them Play shirts. That's the We Want Football shirts and the Let Them Play shirts. Now, you can get other apparel on top of this. Don't just limit yourself to these two shirts. You got other apparel here. But go to TDAwear.com to get you the We Want Football shirts and the Let Them Play shirts, showing your support for the University of Alabama, the players, and us here at Touchdown Alabama magazine. But we get into the ESPN FPI. ESPN Football Power Index came out over the weekend. And for the SEC Western Division, they've got Alabama projected to win 9 games, 9 of 10 games. They're the top team in the SEC West and the entire SEC, because in the East, they got Georgia projected to win 8.2 games. But Bama projected to win 9 games. My question is, where's the loss if you're projected to win 9? And I'm not saying that because I cover Alabama. I'm saying this because of the truth. Where's the loss? Because you are going to be hard-pressed to find a loss on this schedule. I mean, you play Georgia week 4 of the season. I just talked about that. Georgia, they will not have Dominic Blaylock. He's out for the year at wide receiver due to a knee injury. They have Demetrius Robinson helping out with George Pickens, but that's it. I mean, who wins the quarterback job? Is it JT Daniels? Is it Jamie Newman? We don't know. Kirby Smart has expressed concern with his offense. He's expressed concern with his second and third team defense. And when you got Kirby Smart being concerned, this ain't quite good there for the Georgia program, especially with Alabama healthy thus far, knocking on wood now, healthy thus far, entering week 3 here of fall camp. And then you got folks saying, well, look at LSU. LSU has lost to everything but the kitchen sink. It's Exodus without the Moses. It is Exodus without Moses over there in Baton Rouge. I mean, you already lost 14 to 16 players to the NFL draft, including Joe Burrow. You lost 2 coaches, Dave Aranda to the Baylor Bears as a head coach, and Joe Brady, your elite passing game coordinator, to the NFL with the Carolina Panthers. And not to mention, you've had guys to opt out. And these are not little rinky-dink players. These are starters. You've got Kerry Vincent Jr., defensive back, who had 47 tackles, 9 pass breakups, 4 picks last year. He's opted out. You got Neil Farrell Jr. on the defensive line. He's opted out. LSU had another defensive lineman to opt out here today. And then at wide receiver, Jamar Chase, you're a Biletnikoff Award winner. You're a unanimous All-American. You're first team All-SEC. You're a 1,000-yard receiver. He had 20 touchdown catches last year. I mean, he was the bread and butter for Joe Burrow. And on top of that, he would have been the guy to really help Miles Brennan develop. And now you don't have him either? So there, LSU is in big, deep, hot water. And then you look at, of course, Auburn not having Derek Brown anymore, not having Marlon Davidson anymore, so they got some guys that they have to replace on the defensive line, as well as try to continue the development of Bo Nix at quarterback. And then with the Iron Bowl not being the last game of the year, as it typically is, Arkansas is the last game of the year this time around. Auburn doesn't have this Iron Bowl as its Super Bowl, as its big game, as its moment to get real intense about. They don't have that incentive this season, with Arkansas being the last game on the schedule for the Crimson Tide. And then when you look at Texas A&M, I talked about it. They've got everything except for, is Kellen Mond the guy? Can he take that next step? Can he make that next jump? We'll have to figure out. We have to see. We haven't had the proof in the pudding just yet that he is going to be the guy. It's just so many question marks with so many teams. So many question marks with so many teams. So when the ESPN FPI states Alabama's going to win 9 games, I'm really wrecking my brain here trying to figure out, okay, where's the loss? There could be a loss to Georgia. There could be a loss here. There could be a loss there. But saying could be a loss and that is going to be a loss is two different things, because you got so many teams that have a lot of question marks. And right now, when you look at Alabama, especially after this first scrimmage where you got the defense flying around the field making plays. You got Dylan Moses back controlling the communications department of that defense. You have the defensive line. I mean, good luck trying to move the ball on DJ Dale, Brian Ray, and Christian Barmore, who's bad, man. Good freaking luck trying to move the ball on those guys. Then you got guys behind them like Ishmael Sopsher and Stephon Wynn and Jamil Burrows and Jamarian Latham and Byron Young and Justin Boydman, and the list goes on. So good luck trying to handle that right there. And then in the secondary, you got guys that are stepping up. In the secondary, offensively, Alabama's got the offensive line. I mean, yes, it's playing musical chairs at center between either Chris Owens or Emil Ikior Jr. or Darian Dalcourt. Of course, my coin there is on Dalcourt. But even with all that's going on at Alabama in fall camp, there's not just a whole bunch of holes or question marks with the Tide versus when you look at LSU. Will Ed Ogeron be able to field a team? That's a legit question. Will Ed O be able to put a team on the field? Because with each passing second, somebody's opting out. Will he be able to even field a team? You look at Georgia. Is Kirby Smart not going to be as concerned as we continue to move forward? Because he sure sounded concerned after the first scrimmage. A&M, is Kellen Mond the guy? Auburn, do you move forward? Can you continue to increase the development of Bo Nix and have guys to replace Derek Brown and Marlon Davis on the defensive front? You look at Tennessee. Tennessee's a good program, but do they have the receivers? Is Harrison Bailey the quarterback? Is he the guy to really take this team to the next level? Ole Miss. I mean, we know what Lane Kiffin can provide offensively. They've got John Rice Plumlee. They got Jerrion Ealy. They got Elijah Moore at wide receiver. But defensively, what does Ole Miss look like defensively? They lost Freddie Roach, the D-line coach to Alabama. So what does Ole Miss have? What do they look like on the defensive side of the football? So many questions right now for other teams. Right now, Alabama stays healthy. I see an undefeated team to a national championship, because right now this group, hungry, dynamic, locked in, tired of all the mess they had to put up with for the last 2 years, 2018 and 2019. But that's just my 2 cents there on that thing. But you want the best in news, notes, information, fans, on your Crimson Tide. It's very simple and easy to do. You can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. You download it from your iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you have the Android phone. For your audio listening needs, we got you covered here. iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, Google Play, Overcast.fm, TuneIn Radio, or iHeartRadio. We have you covered there. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I'll be back on Wednesday, continuing the conversation that is Tide football. As always, Bama fans, you can purchase individual copies of Touchdown Alabama Magazine, have those sent to your door. Link will be found in the description. And also, don't allow the clock to strike 12 being midnight, before you pick up that subscription, that online subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Go on to touchdownalabama.com, click join, only $5.95 a month to be a part of the online subscription, be a part of our community, our family. You get the latest news on Alabama, you get the print magazine, you get the exceptional recruiting news from our own Justin Smith, via touchdownalabama.com. So go there right now, click on there right now to get that online subscription. In terms of the magazine, the print magazine comes out at the end of the year. Print magazine will be out at the end of the year for current subscribers. So if you're a current subscriber, you get that print magazine coming out at the end of the year. But until next time, Tide fans, husbands love your wives. Wives appreciate, value those husbands. Children, I know school is back in, get that work done, but still do things legitimately to not be bored. Get you those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. Protect yourself, protect the loved ones around you. Till next time, folks, spend in my own words. Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.